The Reese's Senior Bowl presents fifth quarter. Here's Simone Eli and Gerhard Mathangani.
Well, the fall weather is here, as is week 8 of the high school football season. Teams all along the Gulf Coast looking to get that final playoff push in as we are here in the final month of the regular season. Welcome into fifth quarter. I'm Simone Eli alongside Gerhard Mathangani. It's a little cool outside. Yeah. Feels pretty good right now, Gerhard. Finally, but this is when we start to see regions really take shape as we are in the final few weeks, if we can believe it. It has flown by.
It certainly has. We still have a few more games, so we don't know what games are region championships and what not. But it did feel like this 6A Region 1 battle was the region championship in Region 1 6A. Number 1 Saraland at St. Paul's. Like I said, could be the region championship game. Former St. Paul star Asher Hale in the house, a true freshman, now a key contributor on South Alabama's offensive line, getting ready for that big game Tuesday night against Troy. This is the first series for Saraland. Quarterback KJ Lacey back in action, but that ball tipped off and picked by Walter Hensley in the end zone. So it's now Saraland football once again on their second possession, going deep, showing really just, I'll tell you what, all game long, he showed that he's out for 2.5 games, but that pass to Sean Spencer and this pass to C.D. Gill showed that he stayed ready for football games, and it's an early 6-0 lead for Saraland after that touchdown. Very next possession, more from Saraland. Lacey to Gill once again, 35-yard connection, 325 yards through the air for the Texas commit KJ Lacey. Sante McWilliams punches this one in for the touchdown for Saraland. Extra point no good again. A 12-0 lead for the Spartans. However, the Saints would get on the board late in the first half. That is Tank Jones on the pass from Kenny Johnson. However, Saraland wins a close one late. 19-14 the final. Here's head coach Jeff Kelly.
I felt every emotion tonight. Frustration, excitement. We had a lot of good plays. We had a lot of mistakes. We had a ton of penalties. It was a big win. St. Paul's is a great team. Got a ton of respect for them and the job they do. Coach Barnett does a great job with those guys, and they got a talented team. We felt like we overcame a lot of stuff tonight, and a lot of that was things we caused. We're going to continue to grow and get better as a team.
Man, Saraland getting any better? It's going to be even more dangerous than what it is. All right, to the Hill and Spanish Fort now. Another big 6A Region 1 matchup as the Toros welcome in Gulf Shores head coach Mark Husband. First quarter action, Spanish Fort moving. Aiden Schamberg hits Juju Bonner on the first down. What a snag. Points hard to come by in the first half of this game. This would lead to a field goal attempt, but look at the Dolphins special teams. Comes with a big block and no points for the Toros at home. Let's go to the second quarter now. Schamberger, not often we see him make many mistakes. This one, though, picked off by Elijah Malone of Gulf Shores. He's brought down inside the 5. The Toros defense stands tall on 3 plays. They hold the Gulf Shores Dolphins to a field goal attempt. It's 3-0 as time expires going into the break. To the third now, Schamberger. This time making everybody miss on the keeper. Race to the pylon he goes. Toros finally on the board. Spanish Fort going to get the victory. All these points scored late, 31-15.
Next up, Class 5A action. Williamson at UMS Wright. UMS Wright up 3-0 early after a field goal, but Williamson ball and Keontae Petway gets the first touchdown of the game. Bulldozes his way into the end zone. They go for 2 and they get it. 8-3 Lions. However, UMS Wright answers deep in Lion territory. This is Bo Wills, one of our Zaxby Player of the Week winners. 2-point conversion, no good. 9-8 Bulldogs. However, the ensuing kickoff, this is Jermaine McCree. And you talk about flipping all the momentum from one side to the other, Simone. He does that in one play. Kickoff return for the touchdown. Williamson goes up 14-9. They don't allow another point after that. 29, your final score.
Big win for the Lions, as to say, undefeated on the season. All right, let's head to Sims now. MGM hosting Fairhope tonight in 7A. First half action, handoff goes to Thomas White, right up the gut. He goes into pay dirt as MGM takes a 7-0 lead at home. Fairhope on the move now. Jackson Robertson trying to make something happen here offensively. Picks up positive yards, but the ball is going to be stripped loose by Carson Hedrick. What a great heads-up play. Aiden Ranson recovers. MGM going to take the ball now. Check this out. It's Shondell Harris connecting with Jakenyan Allen. Little shake and bake. Stretches the ball into the pylon. 14-0. MGM wins it 35-20.
Next up, let's go to Class 5A. This is a big game between Viger and BC Rain. A big play for Viger and Faith Academy. A big play for the Viger defense. This is Jabarius Guerra with the fumble recovery and a touchdown. Viger goes on to win it big by a final score tonight of 48-7.
Big win for Viger, also undefeated on the year. All right, let's head over to BC Rain at Citronelle. Wildcats lost their quarterback in Dalen Edmonds, who was removed from the team due to the situation earlier this week. They have to go with Desmond Turner at quarterback. But it's Rain on the board first. Here's Malachi Adams. He finds Jermaine Luton for the touchdown, but this might be one of the plays of the game here. Take a look at this. Kickoff is going to be moved up because of a penalty, and Eli Owens takes advantage. He is gone to the house. 90-some yards he goes. It's 7-6 at that point. Rain is up after a missed PAT by the Wildcats. Later, Colton Henderson gets in for a touchdown. It's 14-6 BC Rain. However, Citronelle comes back to kick a game-winning field goal in the final minutes. The Wildcats pull off a huge dub. A lot of controversy this week, but congratulations to Jason Allen Company, 22-21 the final.
Big one there. Let's move over to Class 7A. Alma Bryant hosting Daphne in Region 1 action. Kane strike first. This is Marion Douglas right up the middle. Takes it inside the 10-yard line, and they keep it going with Douglas. He goes right into the end zone for the touchdown. 2-point conversion good. An early 8-0 lead for Coach Bart Sessions and company. However, Daphne does respond. This is LeBron Coleman Williams on the carry. He gets a good blocking there on the outside and gets a great run into the red zone for Daphne's offense. That would set up a Daphne touchdown. It's Jalen Thibodeau to Robert Daly Jr. for the touchdown. And Daphne goes on to win by a final score of 27-16.
All right, staying in Class 7A Region 1. Let's head over to Foley as the Lions welcome in Baker. Corey Marion, the name of the game in this one. Swerving past the Foley defense in for the touchdown. It's 7-0. A little bit later, it's Tate Graham making a great pass to Josh Jones. Take a look, and he dumps it off. Josh Jones is going to race down the field there for a big gain. And later, Graham back to Marion. Why not? 4 touchdowns for Marion in the first half. Baker gets the huge victory, 41-7. Going to be a huge game next week as Baker welcomes in MGM. Control of 7A on the line in that one. All right, still to come here on 5th quarter. Several more games from tonight and Thursday night action. We'll have that just ahead.